Good evening, I'm Melissa Davies.
And I'm Bob Brown. Welcome to this special report. Tonight, in a surprising twist making waves across the political landscape, former President Donald Trump has publicly stated that he is considering pardoning New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Trump claimed Adams, quote, was treated pretty unfairly. Melissa, this revelation has sparked heated debate, not only in political circles but also across social media. Adams, who has been under federal investigation for months now, faces multiple allegations tied to his 2021 mayoral campaign. The charges range from improper fundraising to potential misuse of campaign funds, casting a shadow over the mayor's administration.
That's right, Bob. For those just tuning in, here's a detailed breakdown of the situation. Eric Adams, elected in 2021 as a reformist and pragmatic mayor of New York City, is now under scrutiny after federal investigators began probing his campaign's fundraising activities. The investigation alleges Adams's campaign engaged in illegal practices, including accepting foreign donations from entities reportedly linked to Turkish businessmen, a direct violation of U.S. campaign finance laws. Overseeing a system of straw donors, where individuals contributed funds in their own names but were reimbursed by others to bypass legal contribution limits. Failing to disclose financial contributions and allegedly misusing portions of the campaign war chest for personal expenses, which, if proven, could constitute wire fraud.
Melissa, these are serious allegations, and if the accusations are proven, they could not only derail Adams' political career, but also lead to severe legal repercussions. Mayor Adams has repeatedly denied any wrongdoing, calling the accusations politically motivated.
And that's where Donald Trump comes in. During a press appearance earlier today, Trump was asked about his stance on Adams's situation. Here's what the former president had to say. Clip of Donald Trump speaking at the event. I've been watching what's happening to Eric Adams. It's very unfair, very unfair. They're going after him for campaign fundraising. I've seen a lot worse from the other side. Maybe he wasn't perfect, but they're treating him horribly. I'm looking at it, and I'll tell you this. He's a strong guy. He's doing his best in a tough city, and if I were in a position to do so, I'd consider pardoning him. He deserves a fair shot, and right now, he's not getting one.
Trump's statement has raised eyebrows, Melissa. First, because it's highly unusual for a former president and potential future presidential candidate to publicly float a pardon for a sitting mayor while the investigation is ongoing. Secondly, Trump and Adams have historically been at odds politically. Adams, a Democrat, has often criticized Trump's policies, particularly those affecting urban centers like New York City.
Exactly, Bob. But Trump's comments today reflect a strategic pivot, perhaps an attempt to align himself with prominent figures across the aisle, or maybe to signal his own views on political investigations, which he often refers to as witch hunts.
Political analysts are already weighing in. Here's Mark Hansen, our senior political correspondent, with more insight.
Thank you, Bob and Melissa. Donald Trump's statement today is notable for a few key reasons. First, by aligning himself with Eric Adams, Trump may be trying to highlight what he views as government overreach, a recurring theme in his own legal battle. Secondly, this move puts Trump back in the headlines, positioning him as someone who could, hypothetically, use executive power to intervene in cases he deems unjust. However, this also places Adams in a precarious position. While some of his supporters may welcome the attention and the possibility of a pardon, others may see this as an attempt to politicize a serious investigation. Mayor Adams has not responded to Trump's remarks directly, but his spokesperson reiterated today that the mayor remains focused on running the city and clearing his name.
Thank you, Mark. Now, Bob, let's provide some context on these charges. Federal authorities have reportedly been investigating Mayor Adams's ties to a network of donors with connections to Turkish businesses. Allegations suggest that his campaign may have benefited from foreign contributions funneled through intermediaries, a violation of the Federal Election Campaign Act.
Additionally, Melissa, the straw donor system, if proven true, indicates a deliberate attempt to evade campaign contribution limits. Investigators are examining transactions that appear suspicious, where low-level donors contributed maximum amounts only to later receive reimbursements. Prosecutors argue this could point to a larger, organized effort to conceal improper funding sources.
And beyond the fundraising concerns, there's also the issue of how campaign funds were spent. Sources close to the investigation suggest some campaign expenditures, such as luxury hotel stays and personal meals, have drawn scrutiny. If Adams's team cannot justify these expenses, it could lead to additional charges, including wire fraud and misuse of funds.
Adams' legal team, however, is pushing back. In a statement released earlier this week, his lawyers insisted the mayor has complied with all campaign finance laws and accused investigators of pursuing, quote, a fishing expedition.
Still, this story is evolving rapidly, and Trump's statement has only added fuel to the fire. Reactions from both political allies and critics of Mayor Adams have been pouring in. Earlier, we spoke to political strategist Karen Thompson, who had this to say.
Trump's statement is, frankly, a double-edged sword for Mayor Adams. On one hand, it could be seen as a lifeline, a prominent figure suggesting he deserves better treatment. But on the other hand, it may alienate Adams's progressive supporters who do not want to see any alignment with Donald Trump. Adams is walking a fine line here, trying to defend himself without being dragged deeper into political controversy.
That's a great point, Melissa. Adams's handling of this situation could significantly impact his political future. Will he publicly reject Trump's comments, or will he stay silent to avoid further controversy?
And it's worth noting, Bob, that this isn't the first time Trump has floated pardons in high-profile cases. Throughout his presidency, Trump often used the pardon power to send political messages, whether to allies or to highlight what he viewed as government injustices.
Absolutely, Melissa. And while Trump doesn't currently hold office, his influence remains strong, particularly among his base. By expressing support for Adams, Trump is signaling a broader critique of investigations into political figures.
The question now is how this will resonate with voters, particularly in New York. Adams was elected on a platform of restoring order to the city and improving public safety. This investigation has already become a distraction, and Trump's involvement could complicate matters further.
And let's not forget the legal dimension, Melissa. If these allegations are proven in court, Adams could face severe penalties, including hefty fines or even prison time. Federal investigators appear confident in their case, but as always, the mayor is presumed innocent until proven guilty.
That's right, Bob. To summarize, former President Donald Trump has said he would consider pardoning Mayor Eric Adams, citing what he called unfair treatment. The federal investigation into Adams' campaign finances continues, with allegations including illegal foreign contributions, straw donors, and misuse of funds.
As the story develops, we'll keep you updated on all the latest details. For now, Mayor Adams remains focused on running the city while pushing back against what he calls politically motivated accusations.
And Trump's comments today serve as a reminder of just how intertwined politics and legal battles have become in recent years. Whether this helps or hurts Adams's case remains to be seen.
That's all for this special report. Stay tuned to the Horizon News for continuing coverage. I'm Bob Brown.
And I'm Melissa Davies. Thank you for joining us, and good night.